Hey, Dr. Kimberly, it says we're live.
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. I think.
Come on,
I,
y'all, it's time.
Come on. Let's go. Let's do it.
Rolling on the road
With the
doc.
doc,
Rolling on the road.
with Dave,
Rolling on the road.
with the doc.
100 shades of the possibilities with Dave and Dr. Burton.
All right. That was cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
cool. That was
All
nice.
I actually found it this time.
Yay! As we said just before we got on air, at least one of us knows how to do that because I surely don't.
Well,
So,
I'm still trying to figure it out because it took me 3 weeks to finally get it. And we want to say thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we love you guys, and we gotta say hello to our GRTV 25 um, viewers. And if you are watching today, this show, it is Tuesday, June. I almost said May, but today is June. Anybody know what day? The 10th? The
11.
11th? It is
11.
the 11th. Oh my gosh. It is the 11th of June. So again, if you're watching a GRTV 25, it is Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. And we want to say thank you to Giovanni, who is so diligent that as soon as this show is over, he runs over, I think literally, to YouTube. He grabs the show and he uploads it, does what he needs to do to upload it so that it can air on television. So I want to tell him thank you today because I just really appreciate him for doing that.
GRTV, and if you're in the area, if you're not in the area, because you can listen to their community radio station via the internet and all that stuff. Community Media Center is the umbrella organization, and they are such fantastic community partners to so many,
Yeah, we
including
appreciate it.
us.
So we got to do this wonderful, wonderful shout out real quick. We love shameless plugs. Everybody knows one of our top fans for the last 4 years is Shayna Thomas in Bel Air, Maryland. And we haven't seen her. And we were like, okay, so where are you? I checked in with her, and she has been at the University of Maryland, Upper Chesapeake Rehabilitation Center in Bel Air, Maryland, is where she's been on Tuesdays. And that's why we have not seen her. But we want to give her, all the occupational and physical therapists, a big woohoo on today.
Woo-hoo.
Shameless plug, shameless plug.
Excellent. So now you know where to go for rehab if you're in the upper Chesapeake area.
Yep. I've been called many things in my almost 60 years of living here on God's green earth, but one of my most favorite things that I've been called has been the bishop's daughter. And Dave knows that all too well. He worked very closely with my dad. And
Bishop Walter Durham, for those keeping score at home. So,
Great.
yes, but there's somebody else who can hold that title as well, and that is Pastor Jonathan Abney-Austin. She is the bishop's daughter, the late, great Bishop William C. Abney, known for I Won't Complain. In fact, I found the song today where he did it with the choir. I mean, it's old, 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 old. But it was.
How old is it?
Old. Okay, wait a minute. Old, 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 old. 4 times old.
That's why we call it a classic.
Yeah.
But I cannot play it because if I do, they will not air the show on YouTube. They'll pull it off of YouTube because we didn't get the prior authorization. And even saying, hey, we don't own the rights, it won't work. But this young lady here, I tell you, everybody knows her as Aunt Jan.
Right.
How are you today?
I am doing amazing.
And you
Amazing.
look amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You always in your purple royalty.
Oh, yeah. So, for those of you who are watching, we always try to open up, and at least a couple of times throughout the show, uh, we make everything that we do inclusive. So, for those who are watching, we have our guest, Jan, who has shoulder length blonde hair. She has these wonderful red glasses, and she is a Black woman with lighter colored skin. And it looks like she has on a white or a light colored top, and she has these beautiful pearls on. And as you can see, the wonderful Pastor Dave is not at home. He is out, truly rolling out in the community. And his ponytail is back, you guys. And yep, there it is. And he has on a blue plaid shirt, and hanging from his ears, he does not have his Princess Leia headphones on today. He's got these ear pods.
That's why I'm not at home. My Star Wars, I don't bring those out of the house. I don't want to be made fun of by the kids, even though they are classics. We
They really are.
digress.
And of course, your infamous host with her signature color on, purple, and they're purple butterflies all over. And of course, we do definitely have the glitter purple eyelashes to match, and lipstick along with jewelry. So we thank you for tuning in. I know that she doesn't mind saying this, and I'm so excited for her to be here because this time last year, we did a 5-week series called How Do We Know What Our Inner Strength Is? And then once we identify it, then how to build it up. And oh, we got a comment there. The Reginald Howard said, hello.
Hey, Reggie.
Hello.
And then we talked about how we maintain it. And I'm excited because this young lady is 75 years young. And I'm sure that we can glean so much from her over the next hour or so on what she's done. I mean, her dad being the bishop, and how you've perpetuated his legacy. How do you just stay so relevant in 75 years?
Okay, wow. Now that you made me sound really old.
No.
I like to reframe my age as I'm 18 with 57 years of experience.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I love it.
But I am so honored. First of all, I'm pleased to meet you, Pastor Dave, for the first time. But thank you, Dr. Kimberly, for this opportunity to be on the show, and always love the opportunity that I have to talk about my dad and what he has meant to the community, and how his legacy is still going on. And I can't believe that he will be gone. Well, I think it's 17 years.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And
Wow.
I still have people that come up to my mom and I and say, I was losing my house. Bishop Abney saved my house. I was losing this. Bishop Abney helped me. And I think there's so many things that endears him to me, not only as a father, but as if I can say, an icon in the community, is his ability to touch the common man. He knew how to be with the wealthy, but he also had that common touch. There would be men that would come up to him on the street, needed money. He would immediately go in his pocket and give them money. Just a generous and a benevolent man. And he was an innovator. We call him a Renaissance man because he was before his time. He did things before his time. He loved the community. He loved the African American community. He loved standing up for wrongs and making rights. And I just want, before I leave here, I would love to do a legacy museum in his honor. So I'm thinking, you think 75, wow. When you say it like that, it's 75. You, as my sister told me, you're 5 years from 80. Okay, thank you for that. But so I have so much purpose, so much destiny, so much that's in me that I want to do before I die. And the Bible talks about Moses and how he died having nothing in him anymore. He did everything he needed to do. So that's the way I want to live my life.
Well, Pastor Austin, as I'm sure Dr. Kimberly has told you, we kind of have a coast to coast audience, and even in 12 foreign countries. So some of us have the opportunity to walk by Abney Street regularity. So
Yeah.
I know just a part of your dad's history. So can you give folks just a quick recap of his biography? Where did he grow up? How did he get his start in ministry? I mean, and again, the show's only an hour, so I know you.
You want your snippets, right? You want the short version, right? The short bio, right?
That's right. Again, I mean, like as you alluded, he had many gifts and many stories and many connectivities and connections in our community. So anyways, take it away.
Well, he grew up in Detroit. He was the oldest brother of about 11 brothers and sisters. As of to date, only one is still living, Uncle James. And we moved. He was in Detroit. He went to ministry school, and a lot of people don't know that my dad was a barber. He went to barber school and he cut hair. And then in '61, we came here. He came here to pastor the Bethel Pentecostal Church, and he pastored that church for over 50 years.
61.
Yeah, we came in '61, and at that time we knew nothing of Grand Rapids. At that time, I was 13 years old, so you can say I really grew up in Grand Rapids. But over the times of years, it was a small church, and when he came, his and he's a singer, and his whole family are singers. Matter of fact, the Barge family comes out from the Abney family through my aunt Evelyn, and just started loving on people, and our church grew and it grew and it grew, and we became really a staple in the community. His activists, he worked for the Urban League, getting young men jobs. Then he was a devout advocate for African Americans, and also we bought up property to do housing in the community, and also what he did is back in, I believe it was like '94, somewhere around there. I might be off on that. He always wanted to start a school for African American children that they same opportunities. And he founded the William C. Abney Academy, which is still in existence today. And that's a grade school. So those are just kind of, and just well known for his singing, his personality, and I would be remiss if I didn't say his dressing. Yes, and he has a book, Abneyisms. Yes. So that's just a synopsis.
And you say, whew.
And one thing that I love is because I am the oldest, and my dad always wanted a boy first. So when I was born, quite naturally, he was going to name the boy Jonathan. Well, I came, so he would be defeated. So he named me Jonathan. I've never met another Jonathan. Everybody says, "Oh, that's a different name." I even got draft papers, and I hated school because the teachers would automatically go to Jonathan, and when I you're not Jonathan, yes, it's Jonathan. I even still get that.
Oh, you're breaking up there, right, Dr. Kimberly?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay.
Well, we want to stop. We want to say hello to Shayna, who's tuning in. She says they are here. And then we have Musa, who says, hi, everyone watching here. I believe that Musa is one of our Nigerian viewers. So we say thank you so much for tuning in. So yes, thank you, Shayna, for coming in. It is now 15 minutes after the hour, and today our guest is Pastor Jonathan Abney-Austin, and she is an African American woman with lighter colored skin with long blonde hair. And we have Pastor Dave here with the ponytail that's back with a plaid blue shirt on. And of course, you know me, I am in my signature color in my purple. And we are so glad that you're here. If you are watching on GRTV 25, today is Tuesday and it is June 11th. That is so much. And believe me, guys, that is just a snippet. And I don't even think that's a snippet. That might be like this part, this tippy piece right there of, of the tip of the fingernail, not even that whole piece, maybe one of the dots of all of the things that he's done here in the city. But as his daughter and being the oldest, what do you think that you've taken from him the most? How are you the most like him?
I think I'm the most like him because I love innovation. I love coloring outside of the box. Outside of the box. And Bishop Abney was known for that. He didn't always want to go to the quick answer. What's another answer? What's another way that we can look at this? What's another way that we can approach this? He did that so many times. And another thing that I think that I've gleaned from him is to love people.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever stage they're in, wherever they are, just to love people and don't. I used to hate it, and I think I steered away from it. I hated it when people introduced me as Bishop Abney's daughter because I said I have my own identity. My sister and I always said we have our own identity. We're ourselves. So I wanted to glean from his good things, but I wanted my own identity. And I think over the 75 years that I have made my own fingerprint, my own footprint, but knowing that I'm standing on his shoulders.
Yeah. I like that one.
Most
I like,
awesome.
he would always say in the midst of all of it, to always keep the main thing, the main thing.
Right.
And the main thing is always about the people. So no matter how much chatter would go on or how far we got outside the box, it was the way he would always rein everything in. He would always say, let's keep the main thing, the main thing. And I think that's probably, my biggest takeaway from him was just make sure we keep the main thing, the main thing. So in all that, we do, what is it that Dave and I are trying to do? We got to make sure that we keep the main thing, the main thing. I apologize to those who are trying to watch on my personal page. As always, there's something going on, and Facebook and StreamYard are not interacting with each other today. We got a question. So, yes, what is your question? Type it in and we'll throw it up there. That's a question. And Shayna says, that's right. You are your own person. It's a blessing. You are able to stand on his shoulders. God bless you.
Oh, thank you.
What's your fond memory of Bishop Abney, Dave?
Well, when he was active, I was just starting to get active after graduate school and moving back to Grand Rapids. And so, he was, a pillar in what was called the Interdenominational Ministerial Alliance. And so if something was going to happen in the city, people would ask, well, what does the IDMA have to say? And I don't know for certain, but I'd be surprised if he wasn't chair of that for a year or two or more. And that was a collaboration of the African American pastors in the city of Grand Rapids. And so, but again, if there was something happening in town, he was present and speaking and speaking for justice,
Right.
without hesitation.
That's a good one. Reginald says, Heroes Corner has you on our TV here. Yes, thank you so much, Heroes
right.
Corner.
We say hello and thank you, veterans, for your service.
Wow.
So Reggie's a veteran peer leader at Heroes Corner. We've had them on a couple times through the years. Yeah, good place.
So my question, we're waiting on, did I put it up there? I said yes. I told him yes, he could ask his question. So I'm just waiting for him to put his question in the comment box. What has been your staying power over these 75 years?
I would have to say my first of all, my staying power is in Jesus Christ. I am so grateful to God to be raised in a godly family and to be taught godly principles. That's been my staying force. It was interesting when we were growing up and our church was small, and my father, it was what they called a storefront, and he would say this, okay, kids, when I get the church up and going, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do. The church was always in the forefront of his mind. He loved Bethel, and as a young girl, I thought, my dad's got I love what my sister said one time at one of his anniversaries. She says, you guys, talking about the church community, you see my dad and you get the best of my dad. She says, but when he comes home, he's tired from a weary day. So, and my mother, it's hard to talk about him and not talk about my mother, who was awesome. And thank God she is still here. Will be 94 in September,
Wow.
October. And together they made a powerful, powerful couple. She wasn't in the line, but she raised us, she loved us. She always let us know that your dad, even when he was away, he's got your best interest at heart. So my staying power, my stick-to-itiveness has still really come from depending on the Lord, trusting in the Lord. So at a young age, I developed a closeness to God because I said, I can't always get to my dad, but God, I can get to you. And that has been my sustaining force. That has been my I almost don't have words to express how God has sustained me and kept me. And because another thing that I did not know, and because my father, the humility that he walked in, and that's what he taught us to walk in, was that humility. So to us, it wasn't a big deal to be Bishop Abney's daughter. It wasn't a big. I mean, you wore it proudly, but at some point in time, sometimes I almost got embarrassed by being his daughter, because I thought about all of the other young girls that don't have dads. It was like a guilt complex.
Oh,
But
wow.
now I'm so grateful to God for placing such a powerful man in my life, and just gleaning from what they've taught, and just the intuitiveness. Not to say that I haven't had problems, not to say that I haven't had issues, not to say there haven't been times when I wanted to give up, but my confidence and my trust and my reliance was in God.
Mm-hmm. Shana says, what advice would you have for a preacher's kid that may be ashamed of their spiritual background?
Oh, that's such a good question. That's such a good question. I have I have or had, let me put it that way. I've got two other sisters and a brother. And sad to say, my brother is deceased, and the sister under me, we were like twins. We were 11 months apart. She passed a couple of years ago. She was like, when you knew us, you just knew Jan and Paula. That's all you knew.
That's it. Mm-hmm.
But brother was about 4 years younger than me, and my brother had a life and he talks about a life of drugs, a life of, I mean, so many things that we went through with Andre. But at the end of his life, and I mean, he came back and forth to God, back and forth to God. And I would tell him constantly, don't let the enemy beat you up over your past. Your past is your past. And the thing that's so beautiful about it is, in ministry, Andre, you can share your stories with other people that I won't even be able to reach. So your pain and what you've gone through, it has power if you use it in the right way. So I'm saying, never be ashamed of your past. It's what it is. I'm in the process, and I don't know if we'll talk about, of writing a book called Reframing Your Brokenness. And it's called The Kasuji. And I dear to me this theory about a year ago that in the Japanese culture, if something is broken, china, a cup, or whatever, if they want to keep that china or that crystal or whatever, they take those broken pieces and they mend it with epoxy, but they also take gold, silver, or platinum, and then they mend that vessel back together. They put it back together. But guess what? That vessel has been broken. When it's mended back together, the vessel is more powerful than it was when it was unbroken. So a lot of times you're more powerful in the state that you're in as recovery and not.
Oh,
And she's frozen.
uh-oh. Hey, Dr. Kimberly, I got to take this opportunity to let you know that I am going to sneak out here in a minute because I'm, as you noted at the outset, I'm on location here at Rapid Central Station, downtown Grand Rapids. The buses are lining up out there. The Rapid, which is our transit authority, they're having the final public comments on their soon-to-be released master plan. So we've been involved with this for a long, long time, before the Rapid was the Rapid. And so, I'm going
to... before the liquor line, too. Mm-hmm.
I was actually thinking of that. We've had the Rapid staff on a number of times, and most importantly was Bill Kirk when he worked at the Rapid, and he told us about the liquor line, aka the Laker line. But that's the line that goes from downtown Grand Rapids, the Grand Valley State University. They have a health campus, and then their Pew campus right next to the river, and then the liquor line goes out to Allendale, where main campus is. And so that funny story of Dr. Kimberly thinking the students were doing the safe thing, and why do you need a designated driver when you can have the Rapid be your driver back to campus? But it's the Laker line, folks, and it's a beautiful articulated bus, so it's a bus and a half. But anyway, so I'm going to go give the what's for in honor of both bishops, because today I've been between the daughters of two bishops, Walter Durham and William Abney. And so I will WW, Walter and William. That's so it. Again, two pillars of our community that, again, it's about us continuing to pick up that baton and continue to work for justice as they both did. And again, I can witness for both of their works. Actually, of course, I mean, I saw Bishop Durham in action a lot more because of our working on front of the court reform together here in town. But again, these two very powerful men for us to put a spotlight on today. And I'm looking forward to hearing more of that story, but also about Pastor Austin's book about bringing in the brokenness as opposed to trying to hide from it. So,
Yeah.
Dr. Kimberly, I'm going to leave you. Hopefully, Pastor
She'll come back.
Austin is back and just doesn't have the video on to save bandwidth, as the kids say. Oh, maybe
and
not.
she's gone.
Well, I'm just going to hang out for a minute because I don't want to leave you all by yourself like I sometimes do.
You're so kind.
I'm not kind. I'm just, Hey, but as we wait, what other memories do you have of Bishop Abney?
Oh my gosh, my other memories of Bishop Abney are our long conversations when Mr. Kennedy was alive. He built a studio right next to Bishop's office, and we would be there every day. And just the conversations that we would have, and what's happening next, things that he wanted to work on, and really being able to glean from him about how to be more in the community, how to be lovers of the people, and always to keep the folks first, no matter what you do. That we are given an opportunity to bless God's people and to be an answer to people's prayers. Shayna said to you, thank you for that word, and she said the book is needed.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Pastor Austin, when you were off the air, I said my goodbyes.
I don't know what happened. I got disconnected.
It's technology. That's all I'm going to call it. And
okay.
But Dr. Kimberly's going to continue on with you. I got to get to a community meeting that I'm going to be in honor of your father and yourself and everybody else who's been working so hard for justice in our community. So I'll talk to you all soon.
Well, thank you. It was nice meeting you.
And then it was 2.
Yeah.
And then it was 2. Do you have your plate right there?
No, I do not.
So many of you, if you saw the advertisement for today, it did have the plate next to her of what that looks like, of taking fine china that has been repaired using the gold. So at some point we'll be able to get that out. But do you want to talk a little bit more about the book?
Yes, I'm excited to write it. I'm in the process of writing it, and I just want to say to Dr. Kim, it is said in the Jewish community there are the word accidents, incidents is not in the Jewish language. Everything is providential, and I say that because it was providential that you and I would meet again after knowing each other for years, for such a time as this. And you have really taken me and this baby that I'm carrying, and you have pushed it and allowed to help me to birth it. She won't say it, but I will. Dr. Kim is the one that created the plate for me and actually took and there is a Kasuji kit that you can buy to replace or to repair broken china or whatever you want to repair. And really, some of the revelations that she's given have been absolutely amazing. And one thing there's so many things, but one thing that sticks out in my mind is that she gave me a shirt and she had it made, and it says, "Complete your assignment."
Oh, I understand my assignment.
I understand my assignment. But what was so powerful is the shirt is a 3X. Now I wear about a medium, a medium, okay? But the shirt was 3X. And she said that the assignment is 3 times larger than you are. And anytime God gives us an assignment, if it's something that I can do, then I don't believe God gave it to me. God stretches us. he puts us in places, and I'm not an author. This will be my first book. So, but he is really stretching me. And also too, the impetus of the book is I went through a divorce. And anybody knows that when you go through a divorce, you feel broken. There's so many levels of your brokenness, but if you allow yourself and allow the master mender, which is Jesus Christ, to take the broken pieces of your life, and the goal is the blood of Jesus, and the goal is Jesus mending you and putting you back together. But guess what? This is what I love. I don't hide the brokenness.
Mm-hmm.
Now the brokenness stands up, but it makes me more valuable.
Oh, absolutely. Shayna said, yes, she loves her shirt. She got a shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. It looks like we may have a prayer request, and it says, Pastor, I'm in depression because my boss yesterday gives money to pay for driving school, and then they stole it. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I believe that God will make a way for me.
Right. First of all, in Proverbs, it's 18:21. It says, death and life is in the power of the tongue. And we stop there. But the B clause, it says, and you shall eat the fruit thereof. There's a scripture, now let the weak say that I'm strong. Let the poor say that I'm rich. What am I saying? Our words have life. Our words can go where we can go. So whoever this beloved is, start. You stated the problem. Now start confessing the solution. Confess to yourself, I will not be in depression. Get all the scriptures that you can that talk about God letting go of depression. I love, and that's the book. One of the key scriptures in the book is Psalms 147. He heals the brokenhearted, and he binds up their wounds.
Yes.
So in your brokenness, in your depression, and the Bible says his ear is open to our cry. So cry out to God. Say, God, I trust you. I know that you can make a way. I don't know how you're going to do it, but I trust you. The scripture says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So I stand in agreement with you that your supervisor will do right by you.
Yes.
And the money that you need shall come to you in the name of Jesus.
Shayna said, life and death. Yes. Change your thoughts and your words. Thank you, Shayna. Amen. It's now 20 minutes until 5 o'clock. I am so sorry, till 5 o'clock. And we want to say thank you for those who are tuning in to us. I thank you for all of your hearts that are floating up here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All the lights. This has just been an awesome time. All of you who are watching on YouTube Live, thank you so much. And as you know, Dave was already at another event. He was live there. And Musa says, thank you so much, Pastor.
Oh, you're so welcome.
And we appreciate you. We love our Nigerian family. They are so loyal and so faithful. We thank you, thank you, thank you. Today is Tuesday, and it is June 11th. And we are so grateful to have Pastor Jan Abney-Austin here with us. And I mean, we've just gone, I think, the gamut. This has just been an awesome show. And I appreciate what Dave said on today, that he had the honor to be between the two bishops' daughters that he both admired the most. He said the two W's. He said William and Walter.
Yeah.
And what they did in the community. And thank you, Musa. He says he will be there every time. Thank you. I appreciate it. Love our Nigerian family. Love you so much. It has just been an honor as we did our numbers, as we do every year. And how on July 5th, of this year will be when we started our actual Facebook presence. Before we were kind of just coming on, going live, but July 5th of 2020, we started a Facebook page, created our own little community, and we created our YouTube channel. And from July of 2020 to December 31, we had reached like 49,000 people, and we were just so excited. And here we are now, 4 years later. I'm sure the numbers will be more by the time that we get to July, but as of January of this year, when we did our numbers for 2023, we had reached more than 150,000 people, with Nigeria being our number 2 country. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. He says, because this means many things. May God bless your works, and I receive the blessing.
Man.
So we're just really excited. And even here stateside, our top cities are New York, California, Detroit, Atlanta, and Grand Rapids. So we're grateful for them. Oh, okay. He is in Uganda. You there, Pastor Jan?
I'm sorry?
He said he is in Uganda.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Awesome.
So we are so grateful for you today. We really are.
Oh.
We are very grateful. And just to have the opportunity to speak to such a ministry gift as yourself. I know that you're pretty busy and you're everywhere. I see you all the time and your name on flyers. And so we're honored here at Rolling on the Road that you were able to roll on through and roll with us today, and roll with our viewers.
I'm just honored to be with you, and it warms my heart that we have the ability to sit in our homes and speak to another country. Oh my God. And spread the love of Jesus Christ and his power to deliver us, to save us, to set us free. Powerful.
That is. That really is, that we have that opportunity. He said, what time do you stream here? Because you have made my day.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Okay, so tell me what time it is there, and then I'll let you know what time will show up, because we're here every week, every Tuesday live. We had one guy that would always tune in from the Netherlands, and during the time that we would come on, it would be almost 11 o'clock their time in the Netherlands. When do you think that your book will be done?
You know, that's a very good question. I remember when I was getting all the information, and I got 7 binders of information, and the Lord basically said to me just probably a few weeks ago, he says, you're treating it like this is a request for you to write the book, but I'm commanding you to write the book. So with that being said, I'm really putting all of my efforts, and I'm really believing, God, that I can have the book out by the end of the year, if not sooner.
Okay, we are really excited because when it comes out, we're going to be the first ones to be able to purchase books, and we're going to ask that you sign them, and we give them out to our loyal viewers. So we're really excited about that. So make sure that you get a case just for Rolling on the Road that we can purchase, and we can do that. You are actually 7 hours. So I love this because it is now 11:42 p.m. in Uganda, and it is 4 42. So it's what, 11:44 there, and it is 4:44 here. And that means you're like 7 hours ahead of us.
Mhm.
So we came on 11 o'clock p.m. your time. Yeah. So 11 p.m., sir, is when we come on. She said, we will need a live book club for the book. You know what? We can do that.
Oh, I would love it. I would love it. And also with the book, I'm doing a prayer journal and also a personal journal because it's not enough to say I've been broken, but I need to learn in my brokenness, what did it do to my spirit? What did it do to my soul? And really ask some soul searching questions. One of my life occupations is not only as associate pastor, but I'm also a life coach. And I love coaching people, helping to look at things deeper. And we would be surprised how our brokenness frames what we do, because a lot of things that we do are subliminal. Because, and I heard someone say something that I think is so profound. What you're not willing to confront, you can't change.
Mm-mm.
So
I love it, because it's like God can't heal what you won't reveal.
Exactly.
Because he says, behold, I stand at the door and I knock,
Right.
And thank you, Musa. He says that he will be waiting for us every time. So
Yeah.
thank you. I
Awesome.
appreciate that.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We appreciate you so much. Shayna always comes up with all these ideas that makes me get stuff, do things. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
So
My mind is going like.
So what we can do is that we can pick another day and go live, and those who receive the books, we can have that conversation and have that time with Pastor Jan to answer any questions and to talk about their piece, or even do it at a separate time and then come back. But we will make sure that we put that together once the show is over today, where maybe some of the things that Pastor Jan already has put together, maybe we can start and get a few folks together. And of course, it's gonna be bi-coastal and international. So all of those who, oh, okay. She says the journals will be great. So maybe that might
be
than the book. So maybe in a couple of.
Let me interject to you just to simultaneously. What I've done is I've constructed an 8-week course on dealing with brokenness, how to move forward. So that is apart from the book. That it would be like a book club, walking women through that. Each week we would deal with some part of brokenness, and that is an 8-week course.
Oh. So we have Nusa says, Pastor, I have many things I want to talk to you. I don't know what I'm going to do. Do you have, as a life coach, do you have information that I can put here? Let's see, I can create a banner.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see.
Are they talking about life coaching sessions?
So let's create a banner.
Okay.
Edit on how can people get in touch with you if they're looking for coaching or something outside of.
I am going to give you my email address.
Okay. Uh-oh. ASTOR, Pastor Jan. All righty. And your email is?
Jonathan, JANATHAN THAN.AUSTIN@gmail.com.
Okay, so Musa, here it is. She is offering her email for those who want to get in touch with Pastor Jan after the show. And Shayna says, yes, we will also need a intimate setting for those who may need to talk things out.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
And he wanted to know if you have what's up, but she's asking that you reach out to her via email. So that's jonathan.austin@gmail.com.
And we can discuss all of that. I would be excited to do that.
This has been exciting on today.
Yes.
It truly has. And it really lets all of us know that life is not over until it's over. It's just really not. And I love the fact that you said this is the up and she's gone again. No. Well, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in on today. It has just been beyond words, if you will, that we're only going to put a comma here. And we will have Pastor Jan back again. For those who want to reach out to her after the show, you can email her at jonathan.austin@gmail.com. Yep, there we go. You can email her again at Jonathan, JANATHAN.AUSTIN @gmail.com for those of you who would like to reach out to her after the show. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you on next week. Thank you, Shayna.